All right, there we go. Everybody able to hear me okay? Had a little bit of a technical difficulties. Oh, yeah, sorry, technical difficulties there for a second, but looks like the stream is going correctly now. Hope everybody's weekend is off to a good start. I'm out here at Winding. We've got the competition ready for the telescopic. I want to give it about probably 15-20 minutes for people to roll in that may be interested in joining. Hey, Cappy. The competition is a Winding Rivulet telescopic challenge for the most species caught. The grand prize is a couple bottles of wine donated by a Canadian, and also, depending on the amount of participation, we've got a few telescopic rods that we can throw in for special prizes as well. But if you would like to join the competition, it's named Winding Telescopic Battle Royale. Password is just my username, Cretinus, so feel free to join in. And while I am technically a participant in there just by default, I'm not actually going to be participating myself in this, but I'll kind of walk around Winding for a little bit on stream here, give some tips on some locations for finding some of the species and take a look at baits, that kind of thing. So that way, between all of you good folks, been watching the chat. It seems like there's a lot of carp being caught tonight at I'm assuming Amber. It could be Bear Lake, but we're out here at Winding for this. Tonight's tea is a Lady Grey, the old citrus Earl Grey blend. Tasty stuff. As I mentioned, feel free to join in the competition. I'm going to give it about 15 to 20 minutes here to make sure no stragglers want to join in a little bit late, and we'll get underway. So some ideas for locations for those of you watching now, get a few tips. Here a lot near the bridge is a good spot to catch bleak. All along the shallow part here, you can catch gudgeon, dace, a little further out even mace. Out there in the split, I find is usually a good spot to go after mussels and zebra mussels. Pretty much anywhere you can get perch. You've got the pond out here, which is a good spot to find gibel and crucian carp. You've got a couple of spots for donatrup. Like I know there's a tree around here somewhere that's usually okay. The more rapid part of the stream right here and right here tend to be good spots for crayfish and things of that sort. Again, this is a max number of species competition. So the way you're going to want to approach this is to just go to spots, try the different baits and different hook sizes, all that kind of stuff, and just as soon as you catch one fish of a particular species, try to target another one. Try to get as many different species as you can get out here. Oh, no worries, Captain. You can, I think, so Canadian may be able to answer this. I know he's run some competitions. The timer for this competition, is it, so I've got it set for 24 hours. Is that in-game or is that real-time hours? It's not really clear in the setup screen. My hope is to, it's 24 in-game. Okay, so I wish there was a way I could like schedule it to where it lasts like the entire weekend, but a person could just start it up and they would have 24 hours in-game to do it over that period of time. But unfortunately, I guess that's not the case. And Cappy, if you're out here and you want to join just for a few minutes of it, just for some fun, feel free to stick it out. But I know the early in the morning out or late at night over there where you're at, so I definitely I'll try and have some more competitions like this that are more European time friendly. See if I can draw some crowds to help with that. What I may do, since we do have two different bottles of wine, I may do one bottle of wine for tonight's competition, and then I'll hold another one in the next few days that's at the afternoon for me, but it'll be more of an evening for folks over in Europe, and they can join in for that one. We'll give it another, let's say, 7 minutes, and then we'll kick the competition off. So you guys want to start working your way over here, getting your telescopic rod set up. And I guess while we wait for that, I will, just to see what's in the water today, I'll go throw a rod or a line out over here in the pond, because I do need to catch a trophy gibble or crucian carp for one of the telescopic challenges. So while the competition's going on, I'm probably just going to be focusing on that. And we'll see what they are liking out here. Looks like worms and a little bit of everything, apparently. Telescopic. Worm, pearl barley. Where's gibble? More worms. So I guess I'll just throw worms out here in the pond. Anybody been catching any interesting trophies today, or got any exciting plans for the weekend? I know Canadians probably getting everything wrapped up to go out of town in the next couple of days. Lines do I have on my hotbar right now? Two. And this is super shallow. I'll get some down to like 0.75 meters. It's a 17 kilo mirror. Well, that's a decent sized mirror though. It's always fun to bring one of those big boys in. Key action here. I forgot to change the bait. Whoops. Good old ghost carp. You see a ghost carp that small, you could catch on an ultralight, which would be pretty neat. Yeah, it'll give it, all right, so 5 more minutes, and just to give any stragglers coming in, anyone that is joining in late, just, the competition is the Winding Telescopic Battle Royale. Welcome to all. It's a telescopic competition out here for maximum number of species. And password's going to be my username, Cretinus. We'll get it kicked off in about 5 minutes, so hop on in if you're willing, if you're wanting to join. Frogs in this area sure are allowed. Oh, I appreciate that, Canadian. I'll put that to use going after some sturgeon on the falcon rod. Are there any sturgeon in Winding Rivulet? Little Chinese sleeper there. Oh, nice. I haven't played CSGO or Valorant myself. I played the original Counter-Strike way back in the day, but nowadays I'm not as into. I used to love first-person shooters, but nowadays I tend to play games that allow me to relax more and just chill out. So I don't like the hyper focus that you have to have for first-person shooters as much as I used to. One that I used to love on PS3, there was a game called Mag. It was kind of famous for, it was like one of the first games that had like over 200 player multiplayer battles. That one was a lot of fun. You missed that game. You can give a carp. Yeah, so throughout this competition, I'm just going to be trying to get a trophy crucian or gibble carp for my telescopic challenges. We've got 3 more minutes and we'll kick this competition off. Ah, some nice honey. Excellent. Appreciate those, Kay. We'll make sure everybody gets some nice rewards out of this. There's a crucian. So yeah, this spot here, if you're for, this is a little giveaway for this competition. If you want some sleepers or crucian and gibble, like this will be an easy spot to fill out 3 spots on your species bingo card for this competition. 2 more minutes to go, and we'll kick things off. One more minute. Here we go. And again, this is telescopic only, so make sure you've got your gear all ready to go on that. Bring this up. As soon as I see the clock roll over to 8:15, I will get this competition started. Unless anybody's about to join, go ahead and let me know in the chat, and I'll delay it for another minute. But if not, we'll go ahead and get it rolling. What poll are you suggesting? Well, you know, if you want to suggest a poll, maybe maybe a poll for where to do the next competition, or maybe the type of competition, something along those lines. So, all right, as soon as I pull this fish in, well, I guess we're about to go under, but all right, I'm gonna pull this in, and then we're gonna get this thing kicked off. So last few seconds here. Anybody about to join that needs a few more seconds for this? If not, I'm gonna go ahead and start the competition. So with the poll suggested, the way that works is basically you can suggest what kind of poll you want, and then I will actually create a poll on the next stream, and viewers can vote on the option. So you can give like some ideas for what you want to suggest. All right, I'm gonna give a 10 count here. You want me to, if you're wanting to join and need the info, let me know. Otherwise, it's gonna start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. Hoping to see some good catches come up in the chat for this. I'll go ahead and switch to the competition chat so I can make sure I see all the catches in the chat there. And well, I'm just going to be here catching this. If anybody does want suggestions on areas to try, hey, there's a flip game. Suggestions on areas to try and baits to try, feel free to ask, and I will provide some general direction. This is a fun way, I think, for people to get used to using telescopics in more situations and sort of learn some ways to make use of them. Got our first one there by Trout Slayer. Got a rough. Very nice. That's a pretty good one to catch in the daytime. Usually they're nighttime biters. Yeah, Brimstone, just think of some options for the poll, and you can message them to me on in-game chat or post them on Twitter or something like that, and I'll put that together as an interactive poll on the next stream for you. Ooh, got something. Oh, it's a snag. Oh. Womp womp. All right, so here's a thing to learn from me while you're out here doing this competition. Beware the snag spot here. Because when you get a snag on a telescopic, that's basically you have to relog. There is no getting out of that. Well, I'll bring these lines in and relog. That won't, so Canadian, if I relog, that won't break the competition, will it? Got Perch and Bleak caught by Trout Slayer now as well. It will break it? Okay, well I guess I'll be one rod down for now. Yeah, I hope they revamp the competition system. The way they handle it in Fishing Planet is really good. Like that's one thing I'll definitely say. One of the handful of things that Fishing Planet does much better than RF4 is they handle player run competitions and really even game run competitions a lot better. Now they have those like clubs and stuff. So I hope that's something we see improved on RF4. Got a Gibble Carp from Cappy, a Roach as well, Bream from Trout Slayer. Real-time results here. We've got, this looks like it's not tabulating them real-time because there's a bit of a delay to it there. And again, while it is showing me catching some stuff, I'm just out here trying to get some a trophy Gibble or Crucian, so I am disqualified from the runnings. I just have to technically be in the competition as a technicality for the game mechanics. Crucian. Got a Gudgeon. Here we go. There we go. Trout Slayer's in the lead right now with 5. Happy at 2. And a little helpful tip, if you're going after the mussels, you're going to want to make sure that your bait or your float depth is set good and low. You're basically going to be dragging the bottom. Nice small hook. There's a good mix here at this at Winding Rivulet for shallow depth fish and deep water fish. If you're in the lily pads and algae areas, be careful of pike if you don't have a leader on there. That poor float dead in the water due to a snag. As far as getting frogs go, I've never been found a reliable place to get frogs on this map. I think I've caught like one ever. And I thought I landed in the snagweed. All right, so we got Trout Slayer still in the lead here with 5 species. Then technically you can go after catfish on this map. I wouldn't advise it on a telescopic. got lucky, you might be able to catch a tiny little baby catfish. Burbot, I think, are in this patch up here a lot of times, which those you could definitely pull in on the telescopic. Some pieces of fish as bait. You'll need a good heavy float for that, though. We got Canadian Way on the board now with the gibble carp. Another spot that I have found, at least with spin fishing, has a really wide variety of species is out here around these trees. You might have some luck catching a good variety of fish out there. Got a perch and a sleeper on the board now. Takes a minute for those to update. Crayfish, I would imagine this little 1.5 meter hole here, I believe this is where I used to catch crayfish. They're another one you'll want to set your float to practically drag along the bottom of the stream. A roach by Trout Slayer now. And a crucian carp. There we go. Trout Slayer's at 7 species caught so far. On a roll there. Let's see what other species we've got out here. We've got Volgazander. That'd be an interesting one. Tinge wouldn't be too bad to pick up. Once nighttime comes, you can get the wide-eye bream, white bream pretty reliably. That should add some points to the mix. Dace is another shallow water fish if you're out around the docks. Good place to catch them. Got Trout Slayers up to 8 on the board now. Cappy and Canadian tied at 3. Missed. Still hoping I can pull a trophy crucian or gibble just to knock out one of my telescopic challenges here. What is it? Yeah, that'll be the last one I need to finish stage 2. Let's go to Belaya at some point to try to get stage 3 worked on. Maybe a trophy roach or white bream should be difficult. Ooh, Trout Slayer's got a titch. Very nice. One of the feistier ones to get on a telescopic out here. Back in my early days at Oldburg, I lost many a hook to tinch on my telescopic. Trout Slayer's up to 10. We've got 4 for Canadian and 3 for Cappy. Hey, I got a sleeper that was 69 grams. Nice. No one's caught any bleak yet. A little saddened. Oh, wait, no, I think someone did catch some bleak at the very. One person caught a bleak at the very beginning. One of the difficulties here, though, is that there's a lot of overlap in the spots and baits. So you could throw the same thing in one spot and 3 or 4 different species may go after it. Kind of have to scope it out, see which ones you get. We'll do a special prize if anyone does get, let's say, a catfish, burbot, or pike is gets a special consolation prize regardless of placing at the end. Those are probably going to be the 3 most challenging. There's like the Volgazander and Dod's Ruff, which are just rare, but not exactly challenging if you get them on the hook. But those 3 will offer a bit of challenge. I'm having a whole lot of luck up here at this spot trying to get them little baby carp trophies. Doesn't help that I'm 1 rod down. Stupid snag. This is where I should be able to just walk out there and unsnag it. Current standings, we got Trout Slayer still in the lead at 10. Canadian and Cappy neck to neck at 4 and 3 down there. And then once the sun sets, should rotate some of the species being found, so that should give some more opportunities. And also one thing I did last night off camera, I did go ahead and put my remaining available points to max out telescopic rods. At some point I am still going to... Interesting. Apparently bolo rod and telescopic rod share skill point allocations. I did not even notice that when I did it. So apparently I hadn't wasted those after all. Okay. Well, I was going to say I was going to reset to get those points back, but I guess I won't. It's kind of weird that those ones share skill points, but like Match Rod doesn't share with them. If anything, you would think Match Rod would share with Bolo Rod. So I just learned something new there. Very interesting. Huh. Well, I guess I won't be resetting those anytime soon. I would be getting less skill points back than I thought I would be. I definitely noticed the difference in casting distance once I added those points. When I was over at Ladoga Lake, I was nearly crossing all the way to the island at my spot I've been at. It's pretty nice. Got some more Chinese sleepers being caught. At the standings here, we're up to 4 and 4 between Cappy and Canadian. Well, Trout Slayer, he's got a magic fish flute out there. He's calling all the species out to him. Come on here. Go. He's the Pied Piper of perch. Oh, got a crucian by Cappy now. Climbing up the ranks. I think that gives him second place now. Once it refreshes anyway. No muscles on the board yet. There we go. We've got Cappy in second place with 5. Canadian right behind him with 4. Trout still leading the way. Oh, we got a bleep by Canadian. Big boys. In addition to a catfish, pike, or burbot special prize, any trophy catches, I'll throw in a special prize as well. Hey, Hiko, got the float competition underway right now. Right now, I'm just kind of trying to go get a trophy, gibble, or crucian for Telescopic challenge while I monitor the progress here. Got a bleak caught by Cappy now, catching up to old Trout Slayer. Oh, good. I plan on doing some more competitions similar to it in the near future. Especially, I want to try some. I know, like for Cap, for example, a lot of time zone difference with the European folks. So I want to try some that's a little more earlier in the evening for them as well. Right now, we've got 10 species caught by Trout Slayer. Cappy's got 6. It just hasn't refreshed yet, and then 5 by Canadian. You fishing anywhere tonight, or you still playing some, seeing what your new graphics card can handle? Oh, you had mentioned No Man's Sky. I guess they've got a new update called Echoes coming out sometime soon. I wonder what they're going to add to the game with it. Playing some Valheim. Very nice. White Brain. Didn't expect to catch that here. There you go. If you guys need another one to add to your list, some White Brain seem to be hanging out up here at this spot. So Valheim it's still technically in early access, right? It hasn't had an official release. Yeah, here is the that's definitely a key to balance on here is figuring out when you start feeling like you're grinding, either take a break or find some other fun things to fish for. That's where I haven't been stressing about trying to go for efficient routes. I'm just doing some fun telescopic, and if it gets me some levels, great. If not, as long as you have fun, that's the important part. So there's some new MMO that came out called Wayfinder that's getting just absolutely trashed in reviews. My favorite thing in gaming news lately, though, is all the developers decrying Baldur's Gate 3, basically saying the game is too good. You're giving gamers unrealistic expectations that we can't meet with our games. Here we go. We've got and again, while I am technically in the competition, that's just because you have to be in order to host the competition. So I'm disqualifying myself. But we've got Trout in the lead at 10 still, but Cappy is catching up. I hear those boat tickets are pricey. Hey, you could try the go over to Ladoga Lake and do some telescopic fishing. That's been fun. Use a lot of hooks, but it's good stuff. And pretty profitable too. Not deep sea profitable, but I've been having fun with it. Sun should be setting here in the next few minutes, which is going to open up some more species for you guys to go after. So far, I think the most exotic one, we've got Tench, which only Trout Slayer has caught. Definitely one of the more exotic of the catches tonight. Come on, Gibble. Yeah, float fishing game. Love to see it. Almost a 75% float fishing, so making my way to that 80% mark for sandwich bait. I think is that also the dead fish rig? The sandwich. Oh no, it's okay. Bait fish rig is 90%. Yeah, you know, I've never had a lot of luck getting crayfish here. I think I've caught like one by accident. Compared to like Seversky, I can target them pretty well. They're definitely a hard one to catch out here. The one I did catch was near the fallen trees up over here. But that was on a spinner a long time ago. No one's caught any mussels yet. Surprised on that. Like a size 22 hook on, some deep depth setting on your float, and like a maggot, should be able to find some mussels out there. Happy and Canadian staying one fish apart so far. No dice yet on my quest for a trophy gibble or crucian to complete stage 2 of telescopic fishing. At some point I do need to dedicate a stream to completing the one task that's like a paragraph requirement for telescopic fishing. Let's take a look at that stupid thing here. The only one that's got this detailed of a requirement: catch a trophy fish weighing at least 500 grams using an ultralight telescopic and mono or fluorocarbon line with a rating of no more than 1.5 kilo teth. Like, why do they have to make it so specific? It's gonna be a tricky one to complete. Haven't seen any new species acquired lately here. I should be able to find some perch. I know one person at least has gotten a perch so far. Oh, here's a chunky gibble. I don't think it's a trophy though. Nope. Have to be pretty close though. That was a bad cast. Oh, we got a pickles and tea cash in. All right, all right. Luckily, I don't have to brew any tea this time, so I'm going to mute myself and the camera and grab the pickle real quick. I will be right back. All right, I have returned with the pickle for the pickles and tea cash-in. For those not aware, as you participate in the chat or even just while watching, you'll earn channel points called credits, and you can turn them in for 5,000 points as one of the turn-in options to have me eat a pickle and drink some tea on stream, which is just a play on the fact that my character is pretty much sustained on pickles and tea, the Russian fishing snack of champions. So tonight's tea is a Lady Grey, which is a Earl Grey with citrus tones. Got my pickle here, which actually has a bit of stem on it. I don't know if pickle stems are edible or not. Find out. So, as is customary for the pickle turn-ins, I will get a little bit of dippy action in the tea with the pickle. There's focused on camera here. There we go, get a good dip in. The Lady Grey is not as good of a mix with the pickle as the fruit tea blends have been. Hiko says the stem is fine. Excellent, good to know. So, bottoms up with the pickle here. Nothing like a good crisp pickle. We've got Trout Slayer, just caught a chub. Working his way up on the standings here. We've got 11 species by Trout Slayer, 6 by Cappy, and 5 by Canadian. A little over 11 minutes left of the competition here. Pickles and tea. Appreciate the support as always, Canadian. Trophy bleak? That's a good question. I want to say it's probably around like 145 gram or so. Let's see. Let me check my trophies. 6 trophies. Bleak. Where you at? I guess it's actually lower than that. So 124 is the biggest one I've caught. So it's less than that. Maybe around like 115. Stretch. Do a good vertical stretch here. Go side to side. Get those shoulders nice and relaxed. There we go. Oh, ooh, that was a lot of pop in there. I need to get my I need to go to a masseuse here soon, get my right shoulder worked on. It's got so many knots in it, it's ridiculous. Got one spot up here that feels like bones and not so compressed. No trophies yet. I haven't seen any catfish, pike, or burbot. Keeping an eye out for it though for special prizes. Hydrate. Alrighty. Good old water. H2O. Dihydrogen monoxide, some would say. Trout Slayer out there with his fish calling flute still in the lead. Speaking of pickles and tea, a little in-game pickles and tea as well. How's everybody doing overall fish-wise, other than the competition numbers? Catching a decent number of fish at least? So I guess if I switch to this one, see what everybody's catching that's marker size. Looks like I'm seeing some bleak, plenty of bleak caught. Looks like. Well, another thing that happened off camera last night, I got a body water record over in Ladoga Lake. I can't remember. I think it may have been one of the Trophy Vendus. That would have been on camera. It was either that or the Volska, one of the Volska or Volkov whitefish. Always nice to get those body water and region records for sure. Much more impressive than the weeklies. Rooch. So Cappy, if you want a good spot over here by the cafe, you go left and go along this bank. There's a little dock. At nighttime, I have a lot of luck there catching a couple varieties of fish like dace and nace and stuff like that. So consider giving that spot a try. Now that the sun is setting, you might have some luck with that. Using smaller bait like flies and maggot and larva tends to do pretty well. Got a little under 10 minutes left of the competition here. Oh, see, Trout Slayer's got a dace. Oh, there's a tench by Cappy. Very nice, very nice. Another fish species I would be scared to hook on a telescopic is an asp, because their whole tendency to just run like crazy as soon as they get hooked. Feel like they could snap a line fast. No one's caught any frogs yet either, I see. Can't fault them for that because I can never catch frogs. You hear all kinds of frogs chirping around this spot. I never caught any. The same, we've got 12 for Trout Slayer, 7 for Cappy, 5 for Canadian. Catching up. Sun is setting, so bream and whatnot should be coming out. A few different species that can add up from that. Another chunky gibble here, still not a trophy though. Be sure once the competition is over to check your cafe orders, because there's usually some pretty decent cafe orders here. You may be able to fill some of those up. Yeah, I think the only time I've caught a frog here is I did manage to get one on a fly when I was catching bleak at one point. I couldn't find a spot where I could just regularly catch them. I never noticed the fireflies in this area. There's a little atmospheric touch. Or are they fireflies? It could actually be Russian Fey creatures. Can't trust them. Here we go. Decent sized roach on the line. Over a kilo, not bad. So over 8 minutes left now of the competition. If anyone wants to go for the Burbot special prize, this would be the time to do it. The place, I'm not sure. I think they show up in the deeper spots, but I'm really not sure. No worries, Cap. It's definitely one that takes some takes a little bit of luck, a little bit of practice, and I do feel like the skill percentage definitely matters on float fishing, because I definitely feel like I have not just larger than average fish, but a higher bite rate as I've gotten higher percentage on it. But once you start finding the spots, it's pretty fun. I find it to be rewarding. No, definitely do some. We'll do some float competitions right now, but then I'll do some spinning and bottom competitions in the future as well. Get the full gambit. I do like of all the different options for the tournament option or competition options, I like the max number of species the most, because there's more like strategy and player thoughts involved on that. Because when you really break it down, getting a trophy fish or the almost to 75%, all right, yeah, this getting large size fish or getting a large quantity of fish is less about player skill and more about RNG. There's certainly knowing the right spots can help with it, but I feel like the maximum number of species really puts your knowledge of the water body to test. It's a good way to also kind of learn. It's similar to what I was doing when I was leveling. I would focus on cafe orders, even though it's not as good as XP or silver. It's just farm fishing. I found that trying to focus on cafe orders really helped me to learn where to catch stuff on the maps. So I think competitions like this are a good way to encourage exploring and learning where to catch different species of fish that normally you might not go after because they're not sought after fish for XP or silver or anything. Got a little over 7 minutes left now. Another chunky gibble here. Trout Slayer still in the lead with 12 species. Hey, there we go, 75% float fishing. 5% away from unlocking sandwich bait, which is a bad. There's a huge improvement because you can, you don't know, sandwich baits basically lets you put 2 different baits on or 2 of the same bait, so you can either much more effectively farm different species and targets of fish or increase the bite rate. If they're, you know, they're going after a particular bait, you can essentially double the bite rate on that. Over 6.5 minutes left to go here. Nope, got a chub by Cappy. Bring him a little bit closer to tying it up with Trout Slayer. Chub can be mean on the telescopic as well because they're another one like the asp that just really take off when they bite. All right, so I've got, I'm just about to put where I need to go ahead and run an ad break to stop pre-roll ads so it doesn't interrupt the end of the competition. I'm going to go ahead and kick that off here, so it'll be running for 3 minutes, but we'll be here in the meantime and keep an eye on the competition. Yeah, 4 away from tying it up there, Cappy. You can do it. Get some bobbin action here. What do I get? Another roach, it looks like. Going after a burbot. Good luck. Yeah, I've never targeted burbot on winding rivulets, so I'm not 100% sure where they bite. I would guess the deeper spots, but I could be wrong on that. I know where to get them in Volkov and Seversky for sure. At least bait-wise, it's easy to target burbot. Just throw pieces of fish on and they'll go after it if they're at a spot where they're biting. Nighttime, you should also be able to grab some, probably grab some rough if you just throw like a size 22 hook on with some worms. Usually can find some rough at most spots of this map at night. A little over 5.5 minutes now. Still no luck on my quest to get a trophy gibble or crucian. I wonder what is the records and ratings here. Can you catch? So catfish will bite on night crawlers and pieces of fish. So theoretically, yeah. So people have caught catfish here on those. I may have to try for that at some point. Take the old Falcon TL rod out and get a little catfish out here. It'll be fun. Definitely would assume that they're in the deeper spots. At the 5 minutes left. Burbot, catfish, bream should all be in rough. I believe mace as well should all be good nighttime targets. And mussels for that matter. That was a perfect casting there. My bobbers are basically on top of each other. Going after the burbot as well, Trout Slayer. The race for burbot is on. Got 4.5 minutes to go. Switch back to their channel, see what everybody's catching here. We got see someone got an ultralight spiny dogfish catch. It's interesting. Oh, hey guys, apparently one of the gibble carps I caught is a body water ultralight record. All right then, let's take a look at that. Ultralight US gibble carp. There, I got 2 of them. Okay. Well, I wasn't expecting to pull that off, but there we go. Not too shabby. Wasn't even trying for any big records tonight. Any other records that I missed while I was on the other chat? Let's see. Doesn't look like it. Down to the last 4 minutes here. You may have fished out all the gibble and crucian at this spot. Three and a half minutes going. No burbot yet from either of you. I wonder, are there any ultralight records here for catfish? Oh yeah, there's a ultralight spinning records. Makes sense. Just over 3 minutes. 4-point gap between Cappy and Trout right now. Another crucian here. Looks like I'm gonna get the trophy tonight. That's a shame. At least I hit 75% float fishing. Happy about that. Got just under 3 minutes now. And a cat waking up. 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Hydrate time. Alrighty. This weather we've been having, I tell you, I've been tearing through water lately. I'm so ready for fall to get here. This year's been just too hot. More hydrate. All right, all right. Hydrated up. Got some fish hitting my lines too. And another hydrate. All right. These fish, is this these fish lucky day? I may still get one. Yeah. All that hydration, but this roach couldn't escape my wrath. Got just over 2 minutes left. Get those last few species for the competition. I might throw a fly on here, see if I can't catch a frog. No. Minute 55. All right, we'll trout hit lucky number 13 before the time's up here. Seems like the burbot quest has failed. Minute 20 now. Last chance to find those extra species here. This green float is kind of terrible for visibility. Down to about a minute even now. We both got a tinch. So I know I'm trying to figure out, going through the list here to see which species trout pulled in that Cappy did not. Looks like a perch, dace, gudgeon, and rough. Yep, looks like those are the 4 species that are going to win this one. 200k to level 27. Very nice, Cap. You get might get lucky and get one good linear ghost carp out there at Amber. That'll pretty much do it. "25 seconds left. And I'll divvy out prizes. Working towards level 28. Looking for Actuba River. I'm looking forward to that one as well, since it's supposed to be good for every tackle type, so should be an interesting one. All right, here we go. Final countdown for the competition. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Trout Slayer is the winner. All right, good job, Trout Slayer. Thanks everyone for participating. I'll get these rewards down. So there's gonna be some options and rewards here. First off, some participation rewards. Let me send those out first. We've got Rico and Canadian and Trout. First off, participation, everyone will receive. Put those down. Baits. Send 5 cockchafer larvae for each of you for participation here. There we go. All right, next up for winning, you have an option of wine here, Trout Slayer. So let's see, let me go to the food section. Would you prefer the Cuban Blanche or the Ruby Diamond? We'll pretend it's not fermented. It's still grape juice. Yeah, it's not you know, it hasn't aged, so it's just nice grape juice. I can't see the description of them in here. Let me go to the inventory here. Food. All right, we've got the Ruby Diamond is flowers, wild raspberry, strawberry, vanilla with some currant and cherry afternotes. And the Blanche is just a Chardonnay with vanilla and tropical fruits with a hint of citrus. So you say Ruby? All right, headed your way. And then we'll have one more prize to give out after it's in that. One Ruby heading your way, and all these rewards were graciously donated by a Canadian. Shout out to him. And the last reward here, we've got an option between some telesticks here, or some float options. We've got a telestick TL20, a telestick TL16, and a Siren Bolo Rod SB13. So which one of those would you like? go and add them all to my inventory so we can see descriptions of them. I'm gonna take this TL16. You got it. TL16 coming your way. There you go. Congratulations on a well-fished competition there. Nice spread of species caught. You guys had some fun like that. We'll definitely do some more in the future and try to get some for some European time zone friendliness as well, and also do some for bottom fishing and spin fishing. And make sure before you leave the body of water to check that cafe, since they tend to be, this cafe tends to be pretty gracious on their easy fish orders, so you might have some orders you can fulfill. I'm heading that way myself to see if they'll take any of the stuff I've got. The cockchafers, they can only be bought with gold, and they're at most tackle shops, I think, or at least most of the higher level ones. But they're an especially good sturgeon bait. So if you ever want to going after some sturgeon, hang on to those for then. Cafe, all right, here we go. Crucian carp, I can definitely fill that order. Common roach, I don't think I got one that big. Nope, you might be able to get the, if you guys got some good gudgeon or common roach numbers in, you might be able to do those. I think I sent it, let me make sure it's sent. Oh, wait, where did it go? Maybe I did not send it. Let me try that again. Stick 16, there we go. Receive it that time. Must have accidentally hit cancel instead of ready. Let's see, so our usual, let's see, absolutely appreciate the participation. Let's see what we've got in our keep net. I'm gonna guess 41 silver. All these trash fish. 63.28, all right. 18 by Cappy. Yes, these fish, I don't have a lot of hope for them making me a profit. 69, nice. So there we go, 60 fish, averaged a little over 1 silver apiece. This is not a profitable venture by any means, but all right. Hope you guys enjoyed the little competition there. And yeah, Brimslave, just shoot me a message in game and let me know what sort of poll you want me to put up for your poll turn in, and I'll get that set up for the next stream. Depending, I may do an afternoon stream tomorrow or the day after tomorrow for European time to do another competition. If not, I'll definitely do one sometime next weekend. But otherwise, I probably won't be streaming tomorrow night. I may, but probably not. I'll certainly be streaming the day after that. Let's go and get our nightly scoop action here. See if we got all 3 baits. Yeah, we got 2 of 3. Not too bad. 3 bait, however, that's good. I've been using those like crazy. That said, we'll go ahead and wrap things up here. Had a fun little competition. Got an unexpected ultralight body water record, which was cool. What time? I'm not sure. I need to look. So let's see. What time is it there right now? I think you guys are about 6 hours ahead of me ish. So I guess to get around like 8 or 9 p.m. there, 3 hours. So that puts you, okay, so you're actually a little more than that. You're 7 hours ahead. Okay, so plus I know I've got some viewers in Germany, which are going to be like an hour or 2 behind there. So if I do the stream tomorrow, or I say whenever I am going to do, I'll make sure to announce it on Twitter and in game and everything too. But when I do one for the European competition time, I'll try to get it to happen around 8 or 9 o'clock your time, which will be about 2 or 3 o'clock over here on Eastern time. I see someone just caught a trophy gibble. But I'll let you know that it might be tomorrow or Sunday. If it's not this weekend, though, we'll definitely plan for next weekend. And as far as next week's stream schedule goes, should be every night other than Wednesday. Wednesday I will not be available for streaming. But go ahead and get things wrapped up. Hope everybody has a great weekend from here if I don't see you on stream. And thanks for coming out. We'll see you next time. Same, well, maybe not same fish place, same fish time. May do a different time for the European competition. But in any case, have a good one, folks, and I will see you next time.